friends, welcome you all to today's 7th lecture of Integrated Homeopathy. Our today's speaker is very dynamic Dr. Nirupama Agarwal, our PM expert. For a homeopath, every case is unique and not possible to solve it through Materia Medica or repertory every time. But it needs an individual approach. So today let's learn through Dr. Nirupama's case, a step-by-step study of understanding theme, kingdom classification, ego development through PEM, differentiation of the close coming remedies, and reaching simillimum. So friends, be with us till the end of the video to understand the process. So welcome Dr. Nirupama, and please start your case.
Thank you, Shobha. So good evening, friends. This is our 7th session on integrated homeopathy. So with gratitude to all our teachers and patients too, who give us opportunity to grow and study. So this patient is in mid-40s, came with psoriasis. Her complaint started from right side and then traveled to left, and now it is bilaterally symmetrical. She has severe itching. She scratches it so violently. She said, "मैं जोर जोर से खुजाती हूँ." It is that violent scratching she does, and it started after delivery. And she just cannot do any simple household work like peeling fruits, vegetable, kneading atta. Everything is difficult for her, and she herself experienced that it increases with stress. And what this illness does to her, she gets very, very irritated with this illness. She feels it's so dirty. I just cannot do my simple work. Why am I suffering? Why me only? I just cannot cut a simple apple. Just see what is the possible miasm looks like. She cannot do simple work, and that is what is bothering, and that's why she's feeling dirty. It's not illness, but she's not able to do some work. Along with that, she has lot of acidity issues, headache, and when she gets this headache, when she goes to office, she said, "I just cannot travel. I get tired, as if my life ends. मेरी जिंदगी खत्म हो जाएगी." This type of headache she gets, it's that severe, which increases if it increases if there is loss of sleep and after traveling to the office. Try to understand what is the possible age, old age, where people get tired easily. And there is strong family history of cancers, psoriasis, and migraines. So cancers were in early age. So possible miasm will be syphilitic. So I started case with why you feel so tired. What causes tiredness? And she said, "Ki, doctor, even traveling to office, it is just 30 to 40 minutes by rickshaw, but I get so tired. And the day I crossed 40, this feeling increased. I started this tired feeling too much after 40s. It increases with my periods. It increases in winters. I feel so weak and tired in winters that I catch sneeze easily." So see again the age. She's feeling so tired with small things. There is a lot of anticipatory anxiety. She has to plan a lot if she has to do any work. She says, "I just cannot manage my home, my office, my kids. I have to do so much." It is like I do not belong to this generation. I have to manage everything. I have to get up early. I have to finish my work fast. Then I have to leave home early. If I'm late, I feel if I don't get lift easily, if my auto breaks down, if I get traffic, how will I reach in time and how I'm going to finish my work? I do not mind going early. I do not mind waiting for long hours. But I finish my work there. And then I come home, then I have to manage whole home. I just cannot trust the maids. I do everything on my own. Because if she sneezes, probably we will catch infection. I doubt if she washes hands or not, if she washes vegetables or not, and all this gives rise to a lot of stress. I get worried when guests comes without informing. I find it very difficult to manage and I get very irritated. I don't show in front of them. I manage everything. But then I tell my husband, what faltu these people are. See, faltu. Faltu means somewhere to whom you don't give value. There is valueless people. See, language is also very important. What is she talking about the people? Her daughter is not that good in studies. According to her, she is not that good in studies. She always feels like going down and playing. She's more into sports. And she says she's not Tez like today's people. Tez is who has good speed. So she's not like current generation who are very good in all the activities. She's always into going down. I was topper doctor. I always scored good marks. And my child is dumb. She, where is the focus? She's focusing so much on intellect. She's so dumb. I get so angry. I should not have told this, but I many times call her dumb. In my school age also, my sister was not good in studies, but I was always been good. Teacher used to scold her. I used to feel good. No one scolds me. I used to feel that superior feeling that I'm so good in my studies. I was good in studies, but problem is I was not that confident. I cannot speak in front of people. I cannot speak in class. If someone asks me a question, I tremble. I do not have that leadership qualities. I have that fear of making mistakes. I feel people will laugh at me. They will make fun of me. And because of that, I have become very non-social. I don't like to mix with people. I don't like to go to gatherings. I don't enjoy any social structure. My mother-in-law, she's very good. She manages all my household work, but she's very dominating. I have to tolerate lot of her tantrums. But she manages my home, so I have to understand. My husband is very good. He's so calm. If he's irritable, surely then fault is mine. See, her understanding, it's so important to understand. When I was inquiring about her childhood, she said I was very lazy. I never liked household activities. My mother used to keep shouting at me, but I used to feel what she does. Full day she is at home doing nothing, such a simple work, and still she keeps shouting at me. I used to get very angry, but I never used to do any work. I never liked household work. See, something which you don't like, and then how you want to portray yourself. I was very lazy. And then mother also used to feel that she's so lazy, she's not doing anything. I was best performers. I was always been good in my work, but always feel the other person knows more than me. He will go ahead of me. By this time, I should have been in a better positions. Junior must be making fun of me. I do not have kind of confidence to handle my juniors. I feel why they will listen to me, why they will follow my instruction. They must be laughing behind me. Ultimately, it's a question of social acceptability. I find it very difficult. So she said, I have very high ego. If my sister, if she doesn't call me for long time, I never call her back. I wait for her call. And even if she calls after months together, I will never show my anger. I will talk with her nicely. But she doesn't know that I'm angry on her. She has not called me. And she has lot of fastidiousness issues. She has to keep her home very clean, everything in its place. Uh, Lot of cleanliness issues. Otherwise, she has fear of illnesses, germs, and she has specific fear of insects. So this is the overall history of the patient. What is the possible kingdom is coming? What is the remedy coming? Now, Dr. Khushala will explain us what is the possible kingdom. She will differentiate.
Yes. I'll just share my screen. So, hello friends. What I found in this case was there was constant comparison that she was doing. It was like you versus me. I'm topper, daughter's dumb. I was very good in studies, sister not good in studies. So this comparison ran throughout the case with almost every member of the family, whether it was her daughter or her sister or her husband or mother-in-law. And there were issues of where she was very contemptuous in her mannerism. There was a feeling you were getting is as if she's, subtly telling you that, you are low and I'm better than you. It's not about hierarchy, but it's giving a comparison and a feeling that, you're not so good, I am better. So like how she made comments like, when guests came home, your faltu friend came without calling. And my mother, because her mother called her lazy, she had to comment like, mother's always complaining time. पूरा दिन तो घर में ही तो रहती है. I mean, how you're saying to your mother that she's doing nothing. What is she doing at home? Why she wants me to work? And sister not good in studies, teacher complain, and that gives her a very good feeling. I feel superior. So this contempt was seen in many, many areas in the transaction. Plus this domination versus submission. Like she knows that, mother-in-law is dominating but helpful. So I have to tolerate her tantrums. So here she's submitting also, but there is a thought behind the submission. She does not want to hurt her also. And then there is the work area, which is a very large area, which she spoke about, but it's about a routine work. So she's a high performer and she's doing pretty well. So because of this high performance, a thought of mineral and a routine work, a thought of mineral did come. But what you see subtly is the competition that she's, with the junior subordinates. She feels that this person knows more than me, but I could have done well. I should have been in a better position. People will laugh at me. So it's not about routine work and performing. There's more to it. Then there is the self-contempt, where she feels that husband is calm, I am also calm. But when he gets angry, I keep quiet because I know it's my fault. So somewhere you're putting yourself down. So, the first thought was, is this mineral? There's so much of performance, there's so much of work area, there's so much of planning, but then the other things don't fit in. Is it plant? Is this case talking all about sensitivity and reactivity? The only thing is that there's a love of nature, but that's not the feel of the case. It's not sensitivity and reactivity. Here, the prominent issues are comparison. Me versus you, high performance, but there is a subtle competition. There's a lot of contempt, lot of self-contempt also, and contemptuous of others, as well as domination and submission. So somewhere I feel that the animal kingdom is more fit for this case. Yeah, thank you. Nirupama, you take
Thank you,
over.
Kushala.
And share full screen.
So we have Anita with us. She will take us further.
Hello, friends. In this particular case, Kushala has already talked about the kingdom analysis. So now further in animal, which class? So we have to now again think. So this is the approach where we first come to the kingdom and then further in the kingdom where the remedy fits, where the patient fits. So we are looking at the ego development of the patient. So patient is fixed on her point of not helping mother. So she is very clear in her mind and she is not submitting there. So I felt like she has ego and she is rebellious. She is becoming lazy and she also says that father also supports. Father doesn't say anything. So it is all the fault of mother only. Then we go to the scholastic performance. She is very good at scholastic performance. So issue of performance plus haughtiness. She herself is good and she is looking down upon her sister and daughter. And she even called her daughter dumb. So here also we see the ego. Then we go further to see her insight or awareness. So she has awareness regarding her dependency on mother-in-law, and that is the reason that she has to tolerate her tantrums. So this is more of rationalization, and she is critical about herself for her low confidence, not getting position which she deserves, and others are better than me. So we see a lot of self-esteem issues. She also feels whether, her juniors will listen, why would they listen to me? So she lacks confidence there. So a lot of self-esteem issue is there. Now we see that super ego which judges. So now she is judging others. She is judging her mother, her sister, her daughter, her mother-in-law, and her own self. So we see a strong super ego here, and also ego. So what ego defenses she is using to boost up her image in front of her inferiors and in her own eyes. So basically the fear of being mocked and laughed at is the one, which she is projecting onto others. Whereas she herself is mocking and, showing contempt like Kushala described. So this is the projection. So we see that these defenses are quite advanced. So she is an intelligent lady. She is not instinctual like invertebrates. So ego development is quite high. So and super ego, especially the super ego. So we go to the vertebrate group. And now in vertebrates, if we see, there is self-esteem issue. Relationships are important. Like if sister doesn't call, she feels bad. But then when she calls after a long time also, she will not show that she is angry. So she values that relationship. She values relationship with her mother-in-law also, because she feels like, she is escaping from the family and going to work. Otherwise, she would have sat at home and, taken care of children. But she values relationships to maintain that harmony. Then there is this dirty feeling about her eruptions. She is fastidious. So overall disgust feeling is also there. And she has menstrual and postpartum complaints. So which point to the lac group or mammals. So now in that, now the further step will be whether it is prey or predator. So now we see that she has ego, but at the same time, she is timid. She lacks confidence. She is not very aggressive. So she doesn't appear like, a predator animal. So she is prey, but a large size prey because she has good ego development. So now if we see further in prey animals also, which animal? So now we see that her focus is on work and performance, which brings us to Equidae family. And in Equidae family also further, if we go to differentiate, we see that she is not, for her, that group thing is not very important because it is me versus you. But at the same time, she doesn't want to keep the group together, though she does value her family. So she's not a team player. She's working in isolation. She likes to be, isolated. And she has this fear of being mocked and judged. And before marriage, if we see, now she is very industrious. She does everything. But before marriage, if we see, she was quite lazy. So when there is no demand, like which she feels, she can be lazy. She will not do the work if somebody is telling her. She will do it only if she feels the need herself. And we see a lot of weakness and stubbornness with mother. And routine work also feels difficult. So that is why she has compensated by fixed planning. So she feels if I, don't get a rickshaw, if I get late, I will get late for the work. So she tries to reach before time only. So if guests are there, her normal routine is disturbed. So she will get angry. So like she has a fixed routine and she gets disturbed by smallest change in the routine. So overall, if there is any more demand on her, she is not able to cope up. So if we see all these things, we come to Lac-Asinum. So now further, Nirupama will explain the totality, how she has perceived. Nirupama, you can
Thank,
take over.
yes. Yes, thank you, Anita. So, remedy given was Lac-Asinum, 200 weekly doses, I had given for 3 months, and everything settled down. So, Lac-Asinum basically belongs to gold series. So, Lac-Asinum, where there is a lot of focus on performance. Intellectualization is one of the area where they keep on intellectualizing everything. I am an intellectual person. They're very hardworking people, and uh, they're very self-contemptuous as far as their performance is concerned. What patient said, ki probably my juniors will go ahead. Why juniors will respect me? So, somewhere she is quite self-contemptuous about her performance. And because that performance is so important, it creates so much anxiety in them, and they feel quite inadequate. And because they, so this is toddler where they're continuously focused on work, work, work. And problem is in the social area. They are so inadequate feeling that they find it very difficult to mingle with the people around, and they slowly become asocial, avoidant personality, and then they become aloof. They have high sensitivity to mocking and laughing. So basically, a toddler who need to prove themselves, they want to prove that I am intelligent. The school age, which is very difficult to master, so they become very shy and non-social. And the third age is old age. There is lot of weakness, lot of laziness, the slowness in all the activities. And the very important is the leprosmism. I why I cannot do the simple work. The way she said, it is so dirty. So Lac-Asinum is here, school age, and this is also fifth school age. So it's a double school age where they are very much performance oriented. How I look in the society as far as my performance is concerned. So little bit comparison with the other milk. See, the lactose, which is responsible for brain development. So in Asinum, 6.9, and see human, 7. How close it is. And is compared to cow is 4.9. Total protein which makes you independent. See how much is Asinum, 1.7, and how much is human. Because human child takes long time to become independent. Similar with Asinum. See where is the cow? Child immediately becomes independent in a few hours. So it is so close to human mind. So they are extremely intellectual. It is compared with the sixth row gold series because they are extremely sure-footed. Because if there is any emergency, the horse and other animals, they panic and run away, especially if there is a fire. But donkey stands there, observes the situation, takes the decision, and then he will move. And that's why we call him stubborn or obstinate, because he doesn't move when you push. But if he's sure, then only he will move. Otherwise, he will not move. And there is a constant fear of falling from where they are, which creates a lot of anxiety. And because of that, they're extra careful, extremely cautious. Better safe than sorry. That is their attitude. If you see repertory, you get in the few rubrics of intellect and maximum rubric of on inadequacy, in which there is a lot of avoidant personality, fear, laughed at, procrastination, lazy, slowness, obstinate, all these type of rubrics are there. If you see the Materia Medica, you get lot of rubrics on tiredness, sleepiness, laziness, no inclination to perform regular work. This type of symptoms are there. And this is very important dream which you see, they see ridicule, laughed at, so object of ridicule. So this is what is their sensitivity. Now we have Dr. Aditi with us. She will differentiate Lac-Equinum from Lac-Asinum.
Yes, Nirupama. See, when Dr. Anita was describing that we come to Equidae family. Now in Equidae family, we see two main like remedies, like equinum, which is the milk of horse, and like asinum, which is milk of donkey. Now, when we try and see the differences, see, Lac-Asinum has lot of endurance and perseverance, and they overdo everything in order to please their master. The important thing about the Lac-Asinum is pleasing the master. And they are very ambitious. Whereas if we see in Lac-Asinum, there is endurance and perseverance, but for what they believe in. The important part is what they believe in. And they are also very, the Lac-Asinum is ambitious, whereas here in Lac-Asinum we see lot of intelligence, but they are always willful working. They are sure-footed, as explained by Nirupama. And they always will go for the right path. Once they know that this is the right path, they will not budge from there. Then, Lac-Asinum, always there is a concept of usefulness, how their work is useful and how they are useful to family, society. Whereas in Lac-Asinum, there is always emphasis on quality of work, how the quality is, how the work is qualified. Then here in Lac-Asinum, we see companionship, loyalty, fight for the family, love, care, affection. We see a lot of family-related issues in Asinum, where there is a tremendous love for daughter also is seen in Lac-Asinum. Whereas in Lac-Asinum, we see more of this friendliness. They are very playful, they are very intelligent, and they need that support. They need the support, but basically they are very intelligent, playful, and friendly people. Then in Lac-Asinum, we see lot of responsibility. There is lot of responsibility. Whereas in Lac-Asinum, again, there is a quality of work is important, and they simultaneously they feel they are the slaves, they are worthless. That kind of self-contemptuation we feel in Lac-Asinum. Then here, Lac-Asinum is impatient, edgy, power, and speed. These are the few qualities we see in this. Vis-a-vis, in Lac-Asinum, we see calmness, slowness. They are dull, weak, lazy. That kind of attributes we see in Lac-Asinum. Then when Lac-Asinum personality, when they are giving the case and they are talking, there is lot of feeling of humiliation, tortured, and that kind of feeling. Whereas in Lac-Asinum, we feel abuse and abuse feeling much more. And they will not allow exploitation beyond a point, whereas Lac-Asinum is exploited much more than Lac-Asinum. Here in Asinum, they always complain of they are not appreciated. There is lack of confidence. The life is very hard, and they really overdo. They do lot of work, but they are not appreciated. In Lac-Asinum, we feel that they feel injustice. So here we see more of that intellect type. They feel injustice. They feel disregarded, insulted, neglected, rejected. A kind of a very leprous feeling. Then these Lac-Asinum are very honest and truthful. Vis-a-vis, these Lac-Asinum people are simple and naive, and they are self-contemptuous. Then Lac-Asinum, we see because Lac-Asinum does lot of work, lot of overworking, so they feel embarrassed at their poor job performance. And here in Lac-Asinum, they feel more ridiculed and laughed at. In our Nirupama's case also, we saw this, that constant fear of being ridiculed and laughed. Then here in Lac-Asinum, we generally don't see much of fussing about eating, drinking, or cleanliness. But Lac-Asinum, improving also, it's been seen they are very fastidious. There is lot of themes of clean and dirty. Then when we say Lac-Asinum, the horse comes, and that is always passion, beauty, and elegance. Versus Lac-Asinum is stubborn, obstinate, simple, and non-demanding type of people. And like equinum, we see more of a cancer miasm, lot of overworking, overdoing everything. Whereas in Lac-Asinum, we see more of a psychotic and leprous miasm. So this is how we differentiate between Lac-Equinum and Asinum personalities. Yeah.
So, friends, if you see Lac-Asinum, like we have misunderstood the donkey. Actually, he's more intellectual than us. He's more sophisticated. He knows what he wants to do. But because he doesn't listen to us, we made him donkey. So, that is the whole presentation of Lac-Asinum. Thank you. Yes, Shobha.
Friends, we learned Lac-Asinum from the Equidae family today. And I am sure that our today's lecture has helped you break many misconceptions about donkey and understand this very strong and highly intelligent animal in a better way. So hope that this learning will help all of us to apply it in our practice and crack many more cases of Lac-Asinum. Okay. Thank you very much, friends. Thank you all.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.